Hi students, in this session we will understand about one of the important pollination, nothing but a cross pollination which involves biotic agents. Means transfer of pollen grains of one flower to the stigma of another flower is through animals, nothing but zoophily, which also have biotic agents like insects, birds, bats, snails, etc. Now you can understand about the meaning of zoophily. It is the pollination through the agency of animals. The most common type of animal pollinators are insects. Zoophilous flowers are often adapted to be pollinated by particular type of animals. Bees and butterflies pollinate the maximum number of flowering plants. The two common families pollinated by them are Asteraceae and Lamiaceae. Now we will discuss about some main features of insect pollinated flower. What exactly they have the main features to attract insects or to pollinate through biotic agents. Flowers are brightly colored, scented and secret nectar. Here you have three words: brightly colored, scented and secret nectar. In this nectar makes one of the important nutrition for insects, as well as brightly colored flower petals attract insects towards them. Pollen grains are large, sticky and spiny, so these pollen grains can stick to the insects very well and transfer to the next flower of different plants. Pollen grains are fewer in number as they are transported mechanically by insects. The stigma of flowers is small and deep within the corolla. So these main features are nothing but flowers which are pollinated by insects. Now we will understand one more important type of pollination, that is hydrophily. It is nothing but through biotic factors or agents. Means when the pollination takes place through the agency of water, it is known as hydrophily. All aquatic plants are not hydrophilous. Some are anemophilous. Example: Potamogeton, Nereophyllum or Entomophilus. Example: Alisma, lotus. Hydrophily is of two types. Hydro means hypohydrophily, epihydrophily. Plants which are pollinated inside the water are called as a hypohydrophily. Example: Zostera, which is seen in the picture, Ceratophyllum and Nagus are hypohydrophily plants which are pollinated inside the water. Then comes epihydrophily, means plants which are pollinated outside the water. Outside the water indicates epihydrophily, like Vallisneria, or you may call ribbon weed. Now you can understand about hydrophily. It is a mode of pollination or transfer of pollen grains through the agency of water. So we gave the best examples, Geostera and Vallisneria. Then what are the characteristics of these water pollinated flowers? They are small, inconspicuous, means tiny. Nectar and odor are absent. Pollen grains are light and unwettable because water is the medium, so they can carry through water waves or water currents. Unwettable due to presence of mucilage cover. Water cannot enter inside the pollen grains due to mucilage cover. Then stigma is long, sticky, but unwettable. Likewise, you've seen some important characters of water pollinated flowers. Once again, we will come across with definition and characteristics. The pollination is carried out with the help of water and is known as hydrophilous type of cross pollination. It is generally seen in aquatic plants where pollen grains or pollens are produced in a large number and with specific weight, which makes them float below the surface. In Vallisneria, the male flower floats on the surface of water till it comes in contact with the female flowers. Some characteristics like flowers are small and conspicuous. Perianth and other floral plants are unwettable. Nectar and odor are absent. Pollen grains are light and unwettable due to presence of mucilage cover. Stigma is long, sticky, but unwettable. In this picture, you might have seen how pollen grains of male plant carried towards female flowers by using water current. Thank you.